Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing the top 10 tips for surviving college. Now, college, scary, right? You're just out of high school, you just graduated, your parents and everybody's telling you you need to go to college right after, because if you don't, you're never going to go, blah, 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 so much to think, right? No, don't even worry about it. But you know what? There are going to be some certain challenges and stressful things that's going to be happening, but you know what? Just relax. Follow these top 10 tips about to give you, and you should be having a successful education. And if there's anything else that you guys would like to add, you can make your own videos or comment on the comments below to help others out. And thank you and enjoy. College is definitely a big step level ahead of you guys, and you know, I just want to be able to make everything easy for you so you can understand. I'm going to be going into my third year of college this time. Yikes, yeah, I know. Third year, and I'm not even done yet with my associate's degree. Let's just say go to community college. Yeah, you do save money, but you also have to spend a lot more time in school. But anyways, besides the fact, I'm going to try to help you guys in this video do better in school and learn how to study, get those techniques down so it'll help you out in the future. I'm not wearing glasses, I don't know if you noticed, so I'm not smart. I'm just kidding, that's just a stereotype. But alright, so for tip number 1, alright, that's going to be making sure that you do take valid notes inside class. Now, I know class can be kind of boring with the lectures. Most of the time they just have a projector, you just writing stuff in a projector. Make sure you write down a lot of things, but do not write every single word that you see on the projected screen, right? A lot of that stuff you don't really need to know. Like for writing down wise, you can just get the main bullets, main bulletins, there you go. That's all you literally need. You do not need to have anything else. You can just take the big main ideas, jot that down, boom. A lot of the other things you can also do is when taking notes is do not write like the full lettered or full, yeah, I guess you can say full letter things, right? So if they say numbers, just write down the hashtag, you know that's number, and then the apostrophe S if you really want to for numbers. You know, simple things like that, it can help you make things go a lot faster, because a lot of the times when they're going through those projectors, or through their course thing, they're just gonna click the button and it's gonna be like, oh, that slide's gone. You're gonna be like, oh shoot, and you're like, you can ask the guy next to you or the girl next to you and be like, hey, what was that? And then you'll be like, I don't even know, and you'll be like, oh dang, right? So make sure you do not write down every single little thing, and also make sure to shorten your words up. So tip number 2 is to make sure you sit basically in the front of the classroom. Now a lot of people may make fun of you, call you teacher's pet or whatnot, but you know what, honestly it does not matter at all, right? Because honestly you're gonna see these people for a semester or so, however your school works. Mine is like a semester of 6 weeks, 6-8 weeks, depending on what course you're taking. And once you're done with that course, unless you really became good friends with them, and if you were good friends with them, they wouldn't be making fun of you, you're never gonna see them at all. It's like, unless you have another class or whatever, but other than that, I think I've only seen like 2 people out of the class I've taken before. Like, honestly. So it doesn't really matter, but if you see them, don't worry about what people say. It shouldn't matter what people say anyways to begin with. So make sure you sit pretty much in the front of the classroom, so that way you can always pay attention, and your teacher is always right there in front of you. So if you have any questions, boom, raise your hand, get that question answered, because if you don't know what you're hearing from the teacher, she can better explain it, or he can better explain it for you. Third thing, so obvious, be prepared, come to class early. That way you can go ahead and make sure you have everything set up, because when you're trying to study and you're trying to go off your notes, you need to make sure that you're there from the beginning of the class and not coming in late, because if you came in late, you're going to miss a whole big portion of the notes from before, and how are you going to study? Tip number 5. Now, make sure you make friends, alright? I know through community colleges, that's what I'm going through, it's a little bit difficult too, because of the fact that you're not living on campus. You're not really going to see these people every single day, depending on what your classes are. It may be Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't know how it's going to go for you, but make sure you find friends, especially in your class. That way you can go ahead and make sure you can get the notes that you missed from a certain day, or you can also ask them for help, and that way you feel more comfortable, because a lot of the time people don't really want to go up to the professor and ask, hey, can you help me out, or can you help explain this? But you know what, you'll be more comfortable with someone your own age going through the same program. It's your classmate, they're going to be like more willing to help you rather than if you're just some stranger off the street. Tip number 7. Alright, so the big major thing is, if you are struggling in a certain class, or you know that you're gonna have to take math, and math is just not your like greatest subject, right? You're not so strong in it, make sure you take advantage of the tutoring services that they have. Most of the time, the tutoring are free. It's included with your tuition. You just show up. Sometimes you have to make like an appointment, but you know what? Take advantage of that. I cannot stress that out enough. Something that I did is I took advantage of the tutoring sessions for math, because math's not my strongest subject, and it definitely helped me. I had to retake a certain math class because of the fact that there were some certain issues going on back then, but you know what? The fact that I wasn't able to really understand all the information, I was able to this time take the class again and do the tutoring and actually study. Boom, there we go, I did a better job. Tip number 8 is to make sure to find the students in your class that seem to be most motivated. Now, what you can do is take your notes that you did throughout the entire lecture and make sure, I'm watching you guys, not really, but just make sure you listen to me, okay? Alright, make sure as soon as you are done with that lecture or that class, you go off to the side. If you don't have another class afterwards, go off to the side, just sit down underneath the tree and review your notes. I cannot express that enough, alright? You need to review the notes, because yeah, everything is still fresh in your mind. You're like, I won't forget this. You will later on. How many of you guys have sat there and you took the class all day and then you're like, oh, you know what, I'm good, and then time comes for homework and you're like, oh shoot, I don't remember what they said. Shoot, I'm freaking out now because I got a test tomorrow because I was dumb and I procrastinated and everything, right? Yeah, you don't want that to happen to you, alright? So afterwards of your class, make sure go somewhere nice, peaceful and quiet. You can also go with your friends, study, review your notes, so that way later on in the day you'll still remember it. Alright, because if you do not review your notes, it's just gonna go through one ear out the other, but somehow stay in your mind a little bit, but it's gonna go one ear out the other. Okay, trust me, it's happened so many times. Sometimes I still don't learn my lesson until the fact where it comes when the test day there, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm screwed. Tip number 9 is to make sure that you have a nice quiet area so you can study, regardless whether you're on your own or with your friends. Make sure you have a nice quiet area, because if you do not have a quiet area and if you're listening to music in the background, it's not going to help you at all. Sometimes you can have like chewing gum or whatnot, and then if you chew gum throughout the test, sometimes that might help. If you chew gum while studying and you chew gum while having the test, I've heard scientifically that sometimes helps. I don't really know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a freaking psychology person, so I can't give you that information to say for sure it's going to work. But make sure you have a quiet area when you're going to be studying, because it's definitely going to help you in the long run. Last but not least is one of my biggest things is make sure that you do not give up at all. Now, when you're going through college courses and you're in your young adult life, alright, I'm going through right now, I'm 19 years old, about to be 20 next month, you are going to be facing so many challenges and so many new things that you just do not know how to like handle. You can't handle it by yourself. Now, I live at home with my parents, so that way I can be rent free and just focus on school. I do have a job too as well. I have a couple different jobs that I do, so that way I can help pay for other things that I want. And make sure you need to be motivated as much as possible. Talk to your teachers, talk to your counselors, make sure there's always somebody there to help bring you up when you feel down. A lot of the times college can just be so stressful that you want to be depressed, you just don't want to think about certain things, you just want to crawl up into a ball and cry, right? It's gonna push your limits, I guarantee that. But you know what? When you get out of college and you get that degree, or even before that, if you just get an A on the test, you have an A in a college test, like, come on, that is like one of the biggest freaking things that ever you can feel. Like when I got an A on my first math test after failing my first class, I was so excited. I was like, you know what, I can continue this. That's what helped motivated me. It's like, you know what, I got an A, I can do this again. You know, if I got it once, I know it's possible to do it again. So motivate yourself, motivate your friends, make sure you do good to do others good, right? Make sure you motivate yourself, and not only yourself but your friends. But stay motivated, never give up, because the moment you give up, you will regret that for the rest of your life. There may be other ways to make it easy to get out, but you know what, keep yourself motivated and you'll do good. Alright guys, thank you for watching the entire video. Those are my top 10 tips for surviving college. Now, like I said, this is my 3rd year, so I do have a little bit of experience to go based off of. And if you guys have any other type of ideas that you want to go ahead and mention, go ahead and do so in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video and my channel for more, and I hope to see you guys soon. Have a great day.